If you relapsed on NoFap, then there's really two paths that you can go down right now. Okay, the first path is the path that I went down for too long, and that is the path of shame. Okay, shaming yourself, beating yourself up, like putting yourself down, guilting yourself. Okay, that's a path that I went down for a long time. That is a path that you may be going down right now, but understand that that is a slippery slope, and shame is the worst thing that you can do for your self-esteem, for your self-respect, for your ability to level up in your life. Because what shame does, it destroys your ability to enjoy the process. It destroys your ability to improve in the future as well. The more that you will shame yourself, the more that you will bring yourself down, and the less you will be likely to sustain the positive habit change over the long term. Now, the second path, which I recommend you do, which takes some work, but that is the shift from shame to game. Okay, what if this was a game? What if this life was a game? What if this misfire was an opportunity for you to get awareness on why this happened, so that you can improve and optimize moving forward, right? What I recommend to you is to play the equanimity game. As Marcus Aurelius would say, a role model of mine, he would say that when force of circumstance upsets your equanimity, lose no time in recovering your self-control, and do not remain out of tune longer than you can help. Habitual recurrence to the harmony will strengthen your mastery over it. In other words, when you fall off, which is inevitable on this process of self-improvement and development, see how fast you can quickly get back on track, right? Reduce the time that you take to actually get back on track. Think of yourself like you are the character in a video game. You are the avatar, and you are also the person controlling the avatar, right? So in a video game, if you fall off and you fall down into the tunnel, or you get killed, or you mess up, or you make a mistake, it's not like you judge yourself. It's not like you shame yourself. It's not like you guilt yourself. It is an opportunity for you to get awareness on how you can improve moving forward, right? It's not an emotional attachment to the outcome. It is a process of experimentation as we gather data in our lives, and you use that data to optimize and improve moving forward. In the same way, when you relapse, it's about, okay, what triggered this relapse? Okay, how can I improve? How can I make sure this relapse does not happen in the future? Okay, it's the difference between the growth mindset and the fixed mindset, which, as Carol Dweck would say, is the only difference between success and failure. It's the only difference between the men that are crushing it, that are growing, that are moving towards their goals, and the men that shame and guilt themselves and get themselves in that negative spiral. When you have a fixed mindset, you think there's something wrong with you. When you have a growth mindset, you realize it's not because it's you, it's because you are human, right? As Christine Necky, I think her name is, who is the foremost researcher on the science of self-compassion, would say, it's not because of you, it's because you are human. Actually, I don't think she said that, but she said that it really comes with a common sense of humanity, right? And that is when you realize that there's nothing individually wrong with me, right? You can have the growth mindset. You can have the experimenter's mindset, where you are looking at everything as feedback, right? There's no failure. There is only feedback, which you can use to optimize for yourself moving forward, right? Like right now, I'm filming this video. There is someone screaming on the street. I don't know if you can hear him right now, but it's all feedback for you to optimize moving forward. When you have the growth mindset, you ask yourself the question, how can I improve? What can I learn from this misstep, from this mistake, right? You took a mistake, and now it's time to use that mistake and use that data to align the aim moving forward, right? Having that growth mindset, having that common sense of humanity, right? So Christine Necky said the first thing is having that common sense of humanity, right? It's not because you're you, it's because you're human. The second thing is to have self-kindness, right? How would you treat yourself if you would treat yourself as a dear friend, right? Sometimes we treat ourselves, and it's like, yo, if I treated my friend like this, then I would not be that person's friend. But you are the most important person in your life, but yet we treat ourselves with shame, with guilt. We treat ourselves with this poison of self-hate, with guilt, and that just gets us down the spiral even lower, right? So having that relationship with yourself, that how would I treat myself if I was someone that I was responsible for helping, right? Treating yourself like a dear friend. And the final thing is really about you having the compassion, right? How you having the mindfulness, about you having awareness of what happened, right? Being mindful with how you feel. Okay, maybe you feel the guilt, maybe you feel the shame, and you have an awareness of that, right? You are not the emotion. The problem is when we get trapped in the cycle of that emotion, we think that we are it, we get trapped in it. But the moment that we can be mindful, we take a deep breath and understand, okay, I feel this emotion right now. What is this emotion trying to tell me right now? What if the emotions in your life were merely signals for you to get awareness on how to improve moving forward, right? So the 3 pillars of the science of self-compassion, the common sense of humanity, treating yourself with kindness, and having that mindfulness is the key for you to go and make this whole experience a game rather than a path which you lead down towards shame. Okay, so game versus shame, make the shift, play the equanimity game, have that self-compassion for yourself, and use everything as feedback on how to improve moving forward. Okay, so leave a comment below letting me know your number 1 takeaway from this video. Let's open up this discussion. Let's move towards becoming more grounded, more elevated, more higher awareness, right? More higher awareness, elevated awareness, elevating consciousness. This is the journey of constant and never-ending improvement. So don't let this be something where you shame yourself, but let it become a game through which you can learn, improve, optimize, and grow. Okay, leave a comment below letting me know your number 1 takeaway. Click the like button if you like the video. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you have not already. With all that being said, I'm going to leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator, and I'll catch you in the next one. Much love to you. Take care.